The viral intro arrives surprise. The radio signal vanished, and Repair Nail zooms over, swerving to hit Con. Gina half ate Tilda and her friend flew out like flying toys, rolling around like cereal. He didn't die, just went out cold. Repair Nail, with a sigh, stuffed them in the trunk. When they woke up, they found themselves in the middle of nowhere. It was showtime. Repair Nail dragged Doshan in front of the engine. Doshan begged for mercy, but hey, nails don't listen. Repair Nail shoved Doshan's hand into the spinning fan. Blood flew, what a pretty mess. Repair Nail kept creating art, pushing Doshan's head into. Oops, the scene just escalated. So incredibly creepy. Doshan emerged like a headless knight. It's basically a scene from a horror movie. Meanwhile, Jinahofi Tilda was screaming on the radio. The four were like, what just happened? Repair Nail uses Jinahofi Tilda as bait to lure others in. When they heard her plead, everyone panicked. They asked Repair Nail how much cash it takes to settle this drama. Repair Nail said, forget the cash. I want your race car for Jinahofi Tilda right by the old warehouse at Fort O'Cook on Route 10. He warned, if the car wasn't there in an hour, Jinahofi Tilda would be MIA. Zio Shuai instantly transformed into Fast and Furious. A cop found Jinahof's car, wrecked like a tin can, and instinctively called for backup. After a wild ride, Zio Shuai finally reached the warehouse. He had Omu and Dojun cover while Jinahofi Tilda hid in the car. He swaggered in with the keys to negotiate, but found nobody. Subtitles. With a perplexed expression on his face, Zio Shuai approached the truck. As Omu and Dojun stood by his side like two bodyguards. Suddenly, Repair Nail launched a sneak attack on Omu. Zio Shuai arrived at Repair Nail's truck, but couldn't find him anywhere. Repair Nail kidnapped Omu, and the remaining three finally realized Jinahofi Tilda wasn't saved yet. They didn't have time to think and hurriedly chased after Repair Nail, just as they bumped into a patrolling cop. The cop spotted a truck parked in the distance, noticing bloodstains like he had seen a ghost, and ordered the driver out ASAP. Unexpectedly, the driver complied, raising his hands like a good boy. The cop opened the truck and spotted blooded bags showing the headless corpse of Doshan. Even the driver looked like he had seen a ghost. The driver quickly explained, in just the hired driver, I didn't know what was in the truck. The cop kept his gun trained on him, and the driver shouted, Sheriff, I've got the real killer. But after ages of waiting, no response. Zio Shuai and the gang finally caught up with the sheriff. Zio Shuai laid it all out, showing the sheriff a picture of Jinahofi Tilda being kidnapped, a curly-haired villain driving a big truck. The sheriff frowned, realizing he had seen a truck on the way, deciding to take them along to chase. Just as they stepped into the car, Repair Nail suddenly flew out. Wow, this guy is really ruthless. Cops didn't back down either, quickly turning around. Zio Shuai fought valiantly. He seriously ticked off Repair Nail, who warned, don't call the cops or Amos in for it. He made Zio Shuai listen to Amos' cries for help, with chains covered in nails around Amos' head. The other side had steel bars too, ready to crush Amos' head like a grapefruit with a switch pressed. Finally, Amos' lights went out. The poor guy didn't even know. Repair Nail then had new demands, inviting them to meet at an old junkyard on Route 17. Little did they know, Doshan had long turned into a beautiful sculpture by now. Dojun was in full meltdown mode, begging Zio Shuai to stop the car and bailing out of this theatrical production. Even though Dalmei was begging him to stay, Dojun stubbornly decided to run from Repair Nail. Walking alone on the road, he didn't know Repair Nail was watching, zooming in like lightning to kidnap him. When he awakened, his head was trapped by steel spikes. Begging was pointless. With one stomp on the spikes, Dojun was separated. Repair Nail sprinkled gas around the truck and lit everything on fire. Meanwhile, the cop found the sheriff was already gone and urgently called for backup. It dawned on him, the driver he caught was not the killer. He ordered roadblocks to get the real culprit. They set up roadblocks for 100 miles, checking every car, no escaping for the real killer. Zio Shuai and Dalmei arrived at the junkyard to plot something. Dalmei raced off to the gas station to call the cops. Xiao Shuai planned to hold off Repair Nail, promising safety for his butlers. Once Dong Mei left, he began searching. Suddenly, Jinahof's cries rang out. He dashed toward the sound and finally laid eyes on the true face of Repair Nail. Repair Nail ignored him, binding Jinahof Tilda to the car, ready to drive away. He pressed the switch, sending her to the shredder. Jinahof Tilda screamed as Xiao Shuai realized he was outmatched. Frustrated, Xiao Shuai was swinging punches when, just as Repair Nail might finish him off, Dong Mei sped in. The resounding thud, Repair Nail fell hard. In a critical moment, can we always count on a goddess to save the